Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today in the arena we are playing an adventure deck. This Golgari adventure deck has been a lot of fun for me lately, and I'm not sure where it falls in the tiers, but I'm definitely playing with it, and we're going to do an event with it today. If you guys want to know how good I think a deck is, I get these questions all the time. People watch my videos and they send me questions, do you think it's good? I try to share my thoughts about a deck in a video, but if I'm ever unclear, here's a go-to rule. If I'm playing it in unranked, I don't think it's good, or I'm not sure if it's good. It's like completely early testing and I have no idea. If I'm playing it in a competitive event, one of the 7 wins best of 1 events, then I like it enough. I think it can win, and I think it's reasonably competitive, though not tier 1 or tier, though I'm not convinced it's tier 1, you might say. And then if you see me playing it on the Mythic ladder, I think it has the potential to be a top tier strategy in the meta. So if you see the little Mythic thing next to my name or the diamond or whatever rank I'm at, then I think it's a meta contender. That simple. If you see me in an event, I'm not sure. And if you see me in unranked, I don't think this is a meta deck. I think this could be a contender, and I'm going to try it out in a competitive event because I've been having a lot of fun with it, and I've been outvaluing a lot of players. I'm not sure about Priest of the Forgotten Gods. I do want something to pay me for having really weak creatures on the battlefield and making tokens with Lovestruck Beast and things like that. The strategy of this deck is to play a bunch of adventure creatures, so I draw cards off the Innkeeper, which is pretty amazing. 1 mana for a 1/1 that whenever you play an adventure spell draws a card. Smitten Swordmaster is basically a Child of Night that's a knight, but if you cast it on turn 2 after casting an Innkeeper, if you put draw a card on the Swordmaster, it's suddenly an amazing card. So that's the idea. Use the Innkeeper to make cards that are otherwise pretty average but pretty nice value into amazing cards. Lucky Clover tags along whenever you cast an adventure instant or sorcery, you copy it. So getting double Murderous Riders, double Lovestruck Beast activations, double Order of the Midnights works pretty well. But I don't want to overload on these. I've seen decks with 4 of these. I could see going to 3, but I never want too many, especially in a version with Priest, because we need our creatures. We need a lot of creatures to do our things. Other ways to make our bad little creatures good would be using them as a Rankle sacrifice or a Golgari sacrifice. A Golgari Queen sacrifice, that is. Vraska, the snake-haired. So yeah, these two are the top end of the deck, paying us off for having a bunch of garbagey little creatures lying around. The deck is somewhere between beatdown, mid-range. It's a crazy value town, and I really enjoy it. So I hope you try it out. Let's go play some games. Game 1. This hand is super average. Maybe I'm supposed to mulligan it. At the same time, we're on the draw, so there's going to be opportunities to make it better. I'm such an optimist with hands. This is obviously a pile of garbage, and we're trying to get Rankle and Vraska to fix it. And our opponent's Ginger Brooting on turn 1. Alright, let's deploy the Knight. And just trade with this as soon as possible. Or whatever the opponent's doing, trade with it as soon as possible. Yeah, it didn't take long for the opponent to play Cavalcade. Alright, 2 passages. Let's go ahead and make a lifelinker. The opponent will really want to kill that. And no attacks. This way, next turn, we'll either cast Order of the Midnight or draw something else to do. And then the turn after that, we can untap with Rankle and Vraska. Vraska can take out the Cavalcade. Let the nonsense begin. So the opponent is thinking I might have to trade my Ginger Brute for the Smitten Swordmaster, and that's why they're wondering, do I activate this and attack again? Okay. But I will attack with the Swordmaster. I can get it back with Order of the Midnight. Murderous Rider off the top. Okay. Yeah. We still hold this back. We want to tax our opponent's mana if they want an unblocked attack. Weird. Okay. Alright, let's go get a green source so we at least have something going for that. Let's cycle in our Order of the Midnight to get back a Swordmaster. So we have a lifelink threat for later. Your turn, opponent. Do your worst. But if all you're doing is ginger brute me, I'm not too upset. Especially if there's no double cavalcade, which is what I expected. Sure. So, instant speed, can the opponent really deal with the Rankle? I don't think they can. So we need a lot of black mana for our deck to function, so I'm going to get even more black mana since we're on all basics right now. And we'll play Rankle, and we're going to use Sacrifice a Creature and discard a card. I'm going to discard the Swordmaster. So I could choose Sacrifice a Creature, and with the trigger on the stack, the opponent could play a burn spell, and I'd give up the Rankle, but I think that's okay. Like, I'd honestly settle for that. Then the opponent's empty-handed with one Ginger Brute and one Cavalcade. Alright, you're out of there. And down goes my Knight, down goes a Ginger Brute. And we'll see what the opponent has left. I'm guessing a Skewer the Critics as we see a Mountain get discarded. I think that the opponent did get the better end of the discard thing, but less resources is important against the Cavalcade deck. Ow. And go. Alright, let's try the Rankling again. I think I'm willing to give up the Rankle now. I don't know. Should I give up the Rankle? Who would do such a thing? I'm definitely willing to discard the Priest of the Forgotten Gods. So discard for sure. But trading my Rankle for a Ginger Brute just seems stupid. So let's go with this. Drop off a card. And then we'll use Vraska to blow up Cavalcade, and then it's just a 1/1. Another Mountain hits the bin. Cavalcade down. The Brute can attack the Vraska, but I'm not that worried about Vraska dying. It's a very hard card to protect against mono red anyway. Especially with all the little haste creatures, there's almost no way to minus it without it dying. There's Chandra's Triumph, which our opponent runs in their deck. Kind of surprising. But their resources are really whittling down here. I think we're getting into an okay position.
I've suffered worse.
Have you now? Another Order of the Midnight. It's pretty good. Let's go ahead and play out our Innkeeper. Play our Adventure creature and draw a card. Start rebuilding our losses. And then we can say go. Tybalt. Annoying. Very annoying. And the opponent's still going for face. They're not even offering a trade. We do get Tybalt off the board in 2 attacks. But I don't want to kill this devil. So what's the play? We can play a Vraska and nuke the Ginger Brute, or just plus the Vraska. We can also use Order of the Midnight to get back a Priest and play a Priest. That's not bad. Let's cut off the devil.
Give me all you've got.
Return a creature card from our graveyard to hand. We could just grab the Rankle. Although that sacrifice effect isn't very good against this opponent right now. Same thing with Priest. Maybe we just want the lifelink. It's not good until we get rid of the... It's not good at all until we get rid of the Tybalt, though. Maybe just the cheapest possible play is the best possible play. I'm going to grab the Smitten Swordmaster. And I could cast that to draw a card and have a lifelinker on the board, so if the opponent doesn't kill it, then next turn I gain life, right? I still have to attack this down. Maybe I just play the other order. All right, let's go, team. Now this Tybalt will definitely die, and that makes our life linkers a lot better. Playing creatures you can't block against red feels weird, man. And saving the devils. Weird. Our opponent's just doing weird stuff. All right. Order here. Order here. If the opponent wants to save the Tybalt with a shock on one of these, I'm very happy.
Seems I've been outplayed.
Outplayed, you say? So I think what I like here is playing the Murderous Rider and cycling the Swordmaster. Or not cycling, but adventuring the Swordmaster. This gets another lifelinker on the field that can block. Now that Tybalt's gone, that's a lot more effective. And it makes our Smitten Swordmaster's Curry Favor gain 3 life. So I think that's where we want to be. 2-turn clock from the Orders of the Midnight, by the way. And all their little creatures, once the Cavalcade is gone, they don't add up to enough. I guess that's the key. If you have a good way to get rid of the Cavalcade of Calamity and the amplifiers that their deck plays, that's your best chance. Your Gingerbrute can't be blocked except by creatures with haste. Now the devils are attacking. I guess we'll go ahead and make some blocks. I'll make the opponent target this. But yeah, I want that 2 life. Pretty much keep the life total high. Shouldn't be able to lose. Damage definitely got done by the Innkeeper. That's lethal in the air if the opponent doesn't have interaction, so let's go for it. You might say that's 7, but wait, Rankle has another mode. A mode that lets the opponent lose 1 life and draw a card. Lets both players lose 1 life and draw a card. Trigger, trigger. And if that resolves, that's game. Opponent doesn't have the untapped Gingerbrute to sack for 3 life, and that's it. Pretty good hand. We get to launch the Innkeeper and Priest, and yeah, get to do a lot of stuff. Is a pair of very cheap cards that the opponent should kill as soon as they possibly can, so interesting to see how they handle it. Forest Gilded Goose. Let the party begin. Innkeeper in the house. Let's see what the goose deck is cooking. If you smell what the goose is cooking. Savvy Hunter. It's a food deck. That's okay. Let's get our Priest in the house. They got off to a good start. A Wicked Wolf would be scary, but the opponent would need to make food from the Savvy Hunter and then sack it and then play the wolf. Yeah, they can do it for sure. This is a good little food engine for as long as it gets to attack. There might have been something to say for playing the Innkeeper and the Falmir Knight to draw 2 and get rid of the Savvy Hunter. Okay. Opponent is flexing their food muscles. Let's go ahead and play another Innkeeper. Let's go ahead and draw 2 for our Falmir Knight. Smitten Swordmaster. The opponent's impressed. They say nice. May as well use this now, but we could also make 2 more. Let's see. If I give up an Innkeeper, I can make 2 black, play a Murderous Rider. I don't think that's very good. Let's just use this to gain 1, lose 1. And we'll pass the turn. No good attacks here with the gooses online. It's a lot of land. 6 land is a bit more than I was hoping for. I need these to live. We're going to have to draw out of what's become a bit of a flood pocket. Let's see what the opponent has for us. Tolsimir. Rude. So they're going to get to fight something. Let's see what they fight. They're gonna fight the knight? It has death touch. Alright. Don't think I need to pitch anything for sacrifice fodder there. And that's also the opponent can draw another food here on this attack. I mean, they're working a lot harder for their attack than I am, or for their card advantage than I am. This does need to go, though. We're gonna want to hold up Murderous Rider. Yeah, we have to hold up Murderous Rider. Or we can play this, draw 2, draw another thing. If it's cheap enough, maybe we can Murderous Rider and sacrifice. But I think that's really ambitious. Don't judge the priest too harshly. If we weren't mana flooded, it would be a very different experience. So priest just gives up gooses, which right now isn't that important. So yeah, let's say go with... We need Rider available. If the opponent plays another wolf, we need to kill the Tulsimir at instant speed. But we can wait for the opponent to commit to their play. Okay then. So here the opponent's going to go for making wolves. We're going to respond, because if the wolves enter the battlefield, Tulsimir triggers a fight and life gain for each wolf. So this is where we've got to kill the Tulsimir, and we've got to come up with another answer for the Cursed Huntsman.
You're not scared of dogs, are you?
We've got to come up with another answer. Another Murderous Rider. Nothing else will really do. We don't want the opponent to sacrifice these or they get to ultimate, so... Hello. Hello, my darling. No hesitation on this, right? That's what we call easy mode.
Next time you're dead.
We do have to watch our life total. It's getting really scary. So I can sack 2, make 2 black. I think I still just want to keep the innkeepers, though. Alright, your turn. Definitely a place where this priest hasn't panned out, but like I said, don't be too hard on it. It's a lot better when I have things to sacrifice. Instead of a bunch of land. Tribunal, what's your target? Priest? Let it go. Let it go, let it go. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Gotta stay alive, so the Swordmaster is tangoing. So close. So close to dead. But the innkeepers are needed. And now we've got to make sure that we're playing like some lifelink stuff every turn and getting in this game. Okay. So we have 6 mana. We could play 2 riders. I think what I like is playing a Swordmaster, a Falmer Knight, and a rider and drawing a ton of cards. But if we're going to do that, let's start with the Falmer Knight, because at least we start by drawing 2. What is that sound? What is that sound supposed to be? Alright, the opponent will draw a card. That is a lot of land. This is getting to be an unnerving amount of land. Alright. Here's a rider. Ride or die. Guess we'll go ahead and thin with the passage, because we know what that means. When we thin with passage, we draw more land, right? That's how that works. All right, make me a lifelinker. Lifelink's gonna matter here. I told you we'd draw more land. I told you guys. You didn't believe me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We've seen 14 of our lands. Okay. But we must continue to battle. We've made the most of what we've got, what we've had. Think of where we'd be without these innkeepers. Cruelty. Cruelty indeed. Exile my lifelink. Savvy Hunter getting in. I don't know about this attack, to be honest. Let's trade there and let's block here. Those things will die. Gilded Goose can make a food and the opponent can draw a card. Is it worth it? They better draw something nice. They look like a deck that would have Wicked Wolf and a deck that would have Night Pack Ambusher and things like that, but we haven't seen it yet. It's just back to the inn. Just back to the innkeepers. So this is going to be a tricky turn. I really want, let's see, we'll have 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the Foulmere Knight. Draw 2. What we want to do is get as much lifelink and as much life as possible, because somehow getting blitzed out by Questing Beast or something like that is probably where we lose this game. So here's Murderous Rider, draw 2. Getting a Priest online sounds glorious, but at the same time, like I said, we're trying to stay alive. So return target creature from the graveyard to the hand, get me a Swordmaster. We'll play our Swamp for the turn. We'll cycle the Swordmaster. Get a little drain, go up to 7. We can attack here. The opponent can only block 1, so we get a chip shot in. Then we get to discard a whole bunch more lands. I'll discard this shock land because I don't think there's ever a point where I want to pay 2 life for my land, with our colors pretty much in line. And yeah, you can see these Edgewall Innkeepers. They've stayed on the battlefield the whole game. The opponent just hasn't found a time, place, way to deal with them. And they have taken over. Now for this turn, it's not great attacks, unless we somehow did something to the opponent and their creatures. We can get things like Order of the Midnight and Smitten Swordmaster going. We can get Priest going. We have a lot of mana. So yeah, let's just keep the cards coming. We have so many dead cards in our hand that are land that this makes sense. Alright, we hit another Swordmaster. So, let's see, I don't think I'm playing the Order of the... We'll play a Priest. Yeah, let's play an Order of the Midnight, actually. Trigger, trigger. Let's go ahead and drain you again. Keep that life total going up. Then we can also make a Heart's Desire. Make a token, send you to Adventure. No attacks. And let's drop off a Swamp. Now Rankle is ready to crash in over the top. But you can see, man, we came back strong in this game after that Garrick Tulsimir turn could have been a total blowout. The opponent thankfully played into it a little and let our Murderous Rider do work. Then we top decked the second Murderous Rider so that Garrick didn't kill us. That was very lucky. But now we've turned it around. Gotta play to the outs. Our opponent finds the Wicked Wolf. What do you go after here? What does a Wicked Wolf eat in this spot? There's such a buffet. And it's the Foulmere Knight that has Death Touch, so you have to sacrifice a food or your wolf dies. But yeah, Fear of the Foulmere. A lot of respect for that little 1/1 in this deck. If the opponent attacks with the Hunter, I'm absolutely getting some blocks in. So we can block like this and gain some life. We can also throw the Murderous Rider on it if we just want life. But I'm at 11. I'm not that worried about it anymore. Not as much as I used to be. With a full grip, I'm okay. There's another Foulmere Knight. If we just straight cast it, we draw 2. Let's go ahead and throw a Rankle at the opponent. Give him a little Rankle action. And yeah, let's have this. We want some sacrifice fodder on the board when we attack with the Rankle, right? So that the opponent has to block with the Goose. So what's the good sacrifice fodder? I guess having a Knight on the board is fine. Although the opponent's shown a lot of respect to this card. Like, pretty unnerving amount of respect. Beast. Another Heart's Desire is a really good sacrifice. Alright, so. No good blocks for you. Or you. Let's go. If they take the damage, they die to the Priest of the Forgotten Gods trigger, so they have to block something. Okay, sweet. Let's let that damage happen, then we're gonna rankle all modes, I think. Because why not? Boom, boom, boom. All mode rankle. Hallelujah. So, you can go. You can go. Let's head upstairs. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Get rid of your Wicked Wolf. Because we can. And now I've got 2 bonus mana to play with this turn. Opponent says good game. Good game. And that'll do it as the raging Innkeeper comeback comes to a close. This hand is sweet. This hand does all the things I want to do, I think. The opponent will have to answer a Clover, a Priest, an Innkeeper. If we draw a Lovestruck Beast, this hand is unbelievable. Larinator opens with a tapped castle. Alright. Here's my Innkeeper. We got this option of turn 2 Priest or turn 2 Clover. Actually, turn 2 Smitten Swordmaster, just drawing a card, seems really good. And I don't know what my opponent's cooking, but it must have creatures. Maybe this is some kind of Fires deck. Against that, it's not about value, it's usually about speed. So yeah. Let's try this. Risen Reef, you betcha. Falmir Knight. Let's go for a Lucky Clover here. Let's go for a Falmir Knight because it draws a card. Let's slam. If the opponent wants to trade with the Innkeeper, then we both give up our card advantage engine, and I'm further up on cards than my opponent. All right. Big turn. This castle's an interesting thing to see sitting there. Okay. Sure. This is gonna get ugly, I think. Priest of the Forgotten Gods is not looking good right now. And the opponent has good blocks, which trades I don't really want to make. The Reef has to go, I think. Let's make some critters. Clover duplicates, so we get a pair of 1/1s to battle our opponent's 1/1s. We'll pay 2 life, we'll say go, and wait till the opponent to commit on their turn before we blow up their Risen Reef. That's unfortunate. Oh, wait. Okay. We'll wait for their next commitment since they get these triggers regardless, but we can blow up both Risen Reefs. What's the next play? Yep. Hopefully it's not a Thunderkin Awakener. Thunderkin Awakener would be a heartbreaker here. They always have it in my experience, but maybe not today. One time, give me a break. Okay, sweet. Slowed him down a little. We're both like crazy board presence, 3 cards in hand, so we want to save that for the next Risen Reef, wherever that may come from. We want to draw land. So we want to play some adventure creatures. So I guess I'll lead with the Lovestruck Beast. Just having a nice big 5/5 to do some blocking, and we did draw the land, which means I can get my Priest of the Forgotten Gods online. Still no great attacks. It's possible I want something in my graveyard and I should just be getting in with the Swordmaster. But if something dies, the Overgrowth Elemental gets stronger. Yeah, there's good reasons not to attack just yet. We've got to deal with this, I think, in some way. Hopefully the Falmir Knight just discourages it enough. But this is a big turn. How will the opponent do? What will they do? That's not good. That's not good at all. That's tragic. But the opponent doesn't attack. How do I get rid of the Chandra? How do I make a 1/1? There's a Falmir Knight down there and an Innkeeper, so I get back my Innkeeper. Make a 1/1, smash. If the opponent blocks, do I have another? No. Maybe I just have to play out the Order of the Midnight so I have a flyer to pressure the Chandra. Regardless, I think we start here. Here's my Innkeeper. And what else? I guess the Knight in case something happens to my Innkeeper. It also lets me play out the whole gang this particular turn. Ooh, I needed you a turn sooner. Beastie mode. Went with a chump. Grows your Overgrowth Elemental, but we have a Knight to face that. The opponent can sweep the board again, but they give up Chandra to do it. Crap. What does that do? All it does is make some more dorks. And the opponent emblems me. I mean, Golgari can deal with that. We're on 5, so a pair of flyers can kill the Chandra. So we play Rankle, smash Chandra. Do we want discards? I think so. My opponent's hand can't be that good, though. Then we have 3 mana left over. What does it do? We could get another Clover on the battlefield, or we could play the Rider. I think the Rider draw a card is better. So we may as well do that first in case it changes our play. We could draw another Murderous Rider off the top. Not this time. Rankle. I want to looking at something. No! Really? How did you hide that in your deck? All right, let's cut the opponent's life a little short here. Chandra still doesn't do it. All right. Baby Chandra, I mean. Baby Chandra is still not exactly a tremendous card.
Okay, jeez, enough.
The fight continues.
Say hi to my fiery friends.
2 emblems is annoying, but these are pretty low impact cards without Risen Reef. They're very low impact without Risen Reef. Or some other way to pump them up. Wow, just... Were you playing around a sweeper, I guess? This is 2 life. This is not a good attack. Or it's a life. 1 life net. I mean, this was going to grow anyway. I don't have a creature with adventure to cast. I've actually run out of gas to some extent. I feel like Vraska has to plus sacrifice something to draw a card. I could minus it to kill the Chandra, but that doesn't achieve anything. Scorch Spitter comes over and kills it. I also don't feel like I have an attack with Lovestruck Beast anymore. So we might draw Murderous Rider, so I think it's worth a shot.
Its pain is our pain.
Give up a land because I can't sacrifice battlefield position. Jesus. This has been a painful game. I think I'm just dead if my opponent knows how to minus Chandra here. Let's see if they know how to minus Chandra here. If they sweep the board and attack with everything, I'm at 13.
Can't believe Mother Ludi gave us
That's a good play.
more.
Using Chandra to do that.
Let's make some more room to fight. right in.
Yeah, you got it. Ooh, they skipped their attack step. Are they toying with me? This flood has been unbearable.
Sometimes sacrifice is necessary.
Beast. Okay. Heart's Desire. Can make some stuff. Play it again. Keep the pressure on. Weird. I would block with Healer of the Glade is all I'm implying when I say weird.
Let's get toasty. Oh, they're so cute.
Opponent's like committed to killing me with Chandra emblems. It can backfire. Like if we didn't flood, we'd be okay. I mean, I'll just block one. Save my token creatures.
Oh, curses, that hurt.
Ow. Can blow up the Overgrowth Elemental, but I do feel like I have to keep drawing cards. Like, the cards I have aren't good enough.
The ends justify.
Alright, let's get a Priest on the board. And then after combat, we'll do the Lovestruck Beast thing again. There's not a good attack here, though, because we give up a beast, so... No attacks. Heart's Desire. But we got worked by Chandra. We would have been worked by Garrick a game ago, but we drew the Murderous Rider. This time we drew another insane amount of land. And the opponent's Disdainful Stroke on Rankle, like, I mean, you can give them some deck building credit if you want to. I think that that's just hysterically weird. You never see that coming. Okay.
Aw, looks like someone's getting a little sweaty.
I mean, this is -9. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you win the game. You're at 28, 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So I can definitely defend Vraska a bit. Where's all the good blocks? I mean, this is money, this is money. Money. Block. You're still free. Go over there. So I'm letting that hit. Should I trade with it? Is the opponent still playing to sweep with Chandra? No, they made the emblem, right? Yeah, I think we still use a token here. Just take all your stuff off the board. See what this last card might be, though. Mm-hmm. That's rough. Weird.
Still here.
Yep, she's still here. I'll take 4. But now Chandra's gonna die. This whole play pattern by my opponent's been weird AF. They're at 32, and I've got to gain a ton of life, but it's not like this deck can't gain life. And it's not like Vraska can't bail me out if it lives. But my god, do all I draw is land. Like, this is insane, but I'm still in the game. Resolve all that. Nom. Nom. Block, block, yeah. Should be fine. If the opponent has another Scorcher, do I lose? Actually, I think they... Yeah, I think they do. So I think attacking the opponent is kind of frivolous here because our whole game plan is to Vraska them and then kill them. So we may as well play around the opponent top decking another Scorcher.
Happy right now.
Come on, baby. Land off the top. All in on attacking Vraska. That's block you, right? No trample? Good game? I don't know. The opponent, I should have won this game. They should have won this game, you guys. Holy crap. All right. Why wouldn't it be another land? Let's take that emblem. Whenever we deal combat damage to a player, they lose. Smash. What can you say? There's just no words. 1 is not 0, folks. 1 is not 0. The games with this adventure deck are running pretty long for a YouTube video, so if you want to see how it ends, I'll complete it on one of my streams. So check out my Covert Go Live channel, and thank you for watching this video. I am really enjoying my games with this Golgari Innkeeper adventure deck, and I think you would too. It's pretty cheap to craft, so consider trying it out. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.